screen was quick.
Oh, okay.
Yes. How long y'all usually do the lesson? What, like
Hour.
hour? Okay.
Yeah. That's how long y'all normally go in, y'all?
Mine don't be that long, bro. It'll be about
45 minutes.
Yeah. Somebody check it. It said it live. Good. All right, hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, first and foremost, we're going to start off giving all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ba'akadosh.
All right, we're going to give double honors to the elders and the apostles at GMS, and salutations and blessings to the Akim around the world, preaching and teaching the truth. All right, we the GMS Memphis camp. We got the brothers with us from Mississippi, the elder brothers. Yeah. And pretty much we just going to do a various topics, man, you know. And today I was just, you know, hearing a lot about adultery, man, and through the Spirit, I wanted to, you know, go into that a little bit. So, the brother had that Proverbs.
Man, that's Spirit. I just seen like 2 videos dealing with adultery. They said the name of the title was Darkest Secret. So they just saying they darkest secret what they did. One dude said he had fucked his homeboy girl.
Damn.
And they still together to this day. Another woman, I went behind my boyfriend back and did something with his homeboy.
So, yeah, so it's a spirit that's out there. I was just telling the brother, I don't even really talk to Jake in the world that much. I talked to him today, and that's what he was on, man.
Yeah.
Had a, you know, basically an adulterous spirit on him.
Yeah.
But brother, grab that. You know what I want in Proverbs.
This is Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 32. It says, But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding.
Yep.
He that doeth it destroyeth. It says he that doeth it destroyeth his own soul.
Right. Hey, he that doeth it destroys his own soul, because what? You're ultimately putting yourself in a position where the Most High is going to bring forth judgment on you, man. All right, he's going to destroy you for that. That's one of those sins that's worthy of death, man. You're playing with fire, so to speak, man. Literally, you know, when it comes to that wicked act, man. And here in Babylon, man, that's looked at as nothing. You know, that's thrived upon taking another man woman. Yeah, fuck that nigga bitch. Ha, yeah. You know, glorified. And the priest Abijah, he just did a lesson on that earlier today, man. Well, it was grab Sirach 25:2, because it was an old Jake. Here it is, the older men are supposed to be wise. You're supposed to know better than committing an act like that. But he just as bad as, you know, they're being influenced by the young Jakes, by the YNs. You know? You got old Jake, man, trying to be a rapper.
Yeah,
It's wrong, man. That's really sad. You really look at the state of our people in a whole, man, we fucked up, man. We gotta get out of here.
God, we need the kingdom.
We need the kingdom. You ever find it?
Yep. This is the book of Sirach. All right. It's 25 and verse 2. It says, 3 sorts of men my soul hateth, and I am greatly offended at their life. A poor man that is proud, a rich man that is a liar, and a old adulterer that doeth.
See?
Dote.
Yeah, the dodo. Hey, look there. Who looked up the word of dodo? They got it.
Yeah, it says in the AI overview for the word dope. It says in the AI overview, it says can have a few meanings. Most commonly, it is an acronym for dumbest of all time.
Nah, let's go get the other one, bro.
Okay.
Cause it's an archaic definition.
You gotta go to the etymology.
Yeah.
Hey, where you at? You know?
Sirach 25 and 2.
They say the old adulterer. The
Dodo.
doer.
Yeah, you. One second.
Then you seen it in the the example in the book of Susanna, them two elderly men that were trying to
Oh,
commit adultery.
yeah.
You know, and when they got judged, you know, if you can extrapolate, they've been doing this. Cause Daniel said, you niggas really been doing this to the daughters of Israel. But Susanna was the first one to hold her ground.
I got it.
You know.
All right, go ahead, bro.
This is doted meaning in the AI overview. Often to a foolish or senile degree, or to exhibit mental decline, especially due to old age.
Yeah, but the first part, to show excessive fondness or love, just going behind every woman. Mm-hmm. You know, I remember back in the day, I heard an old Jake trying to push up on this woman, right? And she was married. He was like, yeah, but I believe God got us here right now for a reason. I was in a public library. So I think God got me here with you for a reason. This Jake might have been like 75. But he was an old man in Dothan. And she might have been like 40, you know what I mean? But that's that, like, you still got that old nigga spirit in your old age, man. Mm-hmm. Like you said, Jake going after the YNs, because the women, Eve, love YNs. Yeah. So old heads acting like YNs to get Eve. Jake, the childish. Jake, 50, 60, dyeing their beard. Jake still get the dreadlocks with the brown tip at the end. Yep. Jake in the gym, which is good, but you're really in the gym for Eve. Yeah. To still really impress somebody else's woman. Yeah. You know?
I got something for you.
You got it, bro.
This from the online etymology of the word dote. Century 1200, it says behave irrationally, do foolish things, be or become silly or deranged, be feeble-minded from age.
Yep. And just to give it context, it said an old adulterer than doteth. So you know what he's excessively fond of, man. Mm-hmm. You know? And then you'll realize that you naturally grow up with respect, right? Most of us are raised with respect. So you naturally have respect for what you'll call the elders in your nation, so to speak. Then when you get closer to Jake, you see, man, this is a nigga, man.
Yep.
You know?
Yep, 15th century, it said be infatuated, bestow excessive love, to decay, deteriorate.
Yep. So that's a
simpleton.
Simpleton. You know? Jake going out of his wits at an older age, man. Because you really like lust and passion, that's a young man's battle. You know? That's something because you got that vigor. Right. But Jake in that old age got the spirit of adultery. And it is heavy in Jackson, Mississippi. And I know Memphis ain't nothing but a bigger Jackson, Mississippi. And that's why the STD rate's so high. That's why that paternity, you know, I think 30% of men who get paternity tested are not the father. Because Eve got a demonic, she got a demonic spirit, man. You know? But I'm gonna let the scripture speak. You know? Hey, but that's the culture, that's the theme of our people before Jacob struggled. Just think of that, man. Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter. It said either a man slay his neighbor or grieve him by adultery. That's the theme of nigga culture. Death and adultery. Hey,
you jump down to verse 21.
Hey man, y'all know Esau about to run through these cities, man. Jackson, Memphis, Chicago, with these big, beautiful builds, whatever you want to call it, man. If it's not this one, it's gonna be the next one, man.
Yep.
Hey, they already bringing police robots.
Oh
yeah. Yeah. Who do you think? Hey, you said, hey, you brought in a sword. Most I gonna bring in a sword and he gonna number you amongst that troop.
Yeah, like Cash Patel, and the mayor here, Paul Young, agreed that the FBI need to come in and take over.
Yeah.
So I heard that's supposed to happen in August.
Your pop.
Yes.
August 1st.
August 1st.
Yeah, that's your pop, man.
Yep. So, and I've been seeing a lot of state troopers normally around here too.
On my way over here, I seen like a big group of meeting of state troopers.
Man, I went years without seeing no state troopers in Memphis on the highway. I would never see no state troopers. Now I'll be seeing them on both sides. One coming, one going.
They got something coordinated.
Yeah, they coordinating something. Yep.
Good. So you told him to drop down?
I got research when brothers get through.
We just jumped down to 21.
All right, this is Sirach 25 and 21. It says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure.
Yep.
Because ultimately, you know, your woman has duties.
That's it.
Like the modern nigga woman, she wants you to pay her to date you.
Yeah.
But in our Hebrew, and this thing of ours, not in our culture, and this framework, no, a woman has a duty that enriches your legacy.
That's it.
You know, she nourishes the child, whatever her domestic duty is within your roof. All right, but a woman's existence isn't to just worship her, worship her body. You know, and Esau, he puts a woman everywhere on your phone. It's a distraction, and it's easy to go down that rabbit hole.
That's it.
But we're not finna commit adultery.
Right.
You know, see, Jacob take that stuff he's looking at his phone and bring that thirst in the real world, not considering this is another man's woman.
That's it.
And she don't have to have a fucking ring on her hand. If she going steady with the same man, that's his woman.
That's his woman.
You know?
Hey, 25. That's all I want. We'll jump to 25 too. You got something?
Yeah, read 24.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Con,
Oh, that's what I wanted. 24 actually, Salaki.
Okay.
And you can be 25 too.
All right, con. So this is Sirach 25 and 24. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
Yep. And you look at, you know, what men are ultimately moved by to get the money and the power and the resources, it's the woman. You know, let's talk about that in 2nd Ezra the 4th. Is it 2nd Ezra the 4th chapter or 1st Ezra the 4th chapter?
First Ezra
I think
the
it's
4th chapter.
1st Ezra the 4th chapter. Yeah, many have ran out of their wits for the woman and become servants for her sake. And talk about how she destroyed kings, you know, and ultimately, you know, this is why we in the predicament that we in. Going back to the garden, you know, the woman. It said the woman was deceived, not the man. So the man was deceived by the beauty of the woman, you know, because you know Eve was fine.
But can I add to?
Yeah.
This is the word coax. The same method that the woman used on Samson was most likely the same method that Eve
used on Adam.
Yeah, and eventually he started to wane over time.
Yep.
You know, she kept pillow talking, begging him. She was in that vulnerable voice.
Yep.
So you could, you know,
wait till he get the box.
Yeah, wait till you get the box. You know what I mean?
You're young.
Yeah. Get that testosterone down. All right, because they say women have something called like a lion tamer. Just like if you upset in road rage, a woman can rub your back and then bring that testosterone down. So women have a way of dearming us.
Abigail deal with King David.
That's right. You know,
that's the woman's. That's the glory. A man's glory is a woman.
That's right.
Yep. So it's that she has the manipulative ability. The prefix of the word manipulative is what? Man. So she got that. Got a little more.
25, and it says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad.
Yep. And when you go in society, you see men doing just that. You know, the women are walking in front of the man half naked. You know, and by the time you see the man, you done already looked at that woman about a good 10 seconds. You're like, damn, you know. You let your woman come out here, everything out, everything exposed, you know. That's that adulterous generation I was talking about.
I'm at the laundromat today. Eve pull up to the laundromat in a pair of boxer briefs. I'm like, I got a pair of boxer briefs. But it's like for females. I'm like, is that a pair of briefs?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just walking out and getting her laundry like it's nothing.
Yep.
You know?
That's a normal attire.
Right.
Yeah, Greco-Roman culture.
Yep.
You know, to where, you know, that's why you look at this society, you know, there's nothing but a thin layer of material between people being completely naked.
Damn.
You know? So it's just like, you know, Greco-Roman empires where they actually worked out naked, but you
Yep.
go to the gym, it's just a little thin layer.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, they're separated because you see the whole shape, you see the imprint.
You see, yeah.
You know, so it's just like, you know,
See
that one little thin layer is
Camel
keeping
toe.
them from being completely naked. You got a precept, brother.
Yeah, he was done. That was it. Yep.
Come, this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, and verse 8. It says, for honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time, nor that is measured by a number of years. But wisdom is the gray hair unto men, and an unspotted life is old age.
Yep. You just gonna expound on that?
Yeah, I was just gonna go into like I said, going back to Susanna, you know, because you look at their story, you had those two men that were supposed to be elders, but they had a lust, you know, they were slaves to their lust and adultery. But you had Daniel, which they said he was a young man, and he was able to judge the matter because the spirit was on him and he was moving in wisdom. So wisdom ain't about length of time, because Jake loved to play that card just because they were born before you.
Yeah.
Okay? Or they you know, hung out with, you know, your parents or whatever, and they played it as if their age alone is
Validates.
validates them in their wisdom. No, it's your actual conduct. You know, why scripture tell you what, get wisdom from your youth up. You know? So like I said, you got these old jakes that try to play their old card or their OG card just because they're older, but these niggas don't be having no wisdom, man.
Yeah, and then we're in captivity, man.
Yeah.
You know, the Jake is older than you. He's still a game banger.
Yeah.
You know, he's still a Christian slave. He's domesticated under his wife. Like you said, we can't play the age thing now. You know?
Just like you were saying about Jake, it's your job, that bullshit coming in the break room, sparking up a conversation. Happy wife, happy life.
Where is that in the scriptures?
Right.
And what results have they got you niggas? With a happy wife.
Yeah.
You know?
Divorce.
Divorce.
But we got something.
I got a piece of.
Yeah, I knew this Jake, man, this woman divorced him, got his whole retirement, like 90,000. Then came back to him
After she spent it.
after she spent it.
Damn.
Staying back in the house. She took the house that, you know what I'm saying, they had at first. He got another house, and she's staying in that.
He clown of the year.
Right, clown of the year.
Go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 26, verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straightly.
See, we were just going into this earlier. You know, and Eve like to talk about the patriarch.
Right.
Patriarch. The patriarch is what kept you from being a fucking whore. I said, keep your daughters in straightly.
That's it.
Now, if you get Sirach 42 GNT, it is really tell you that your daughter's really in prison.
Yep.
There's a French word called debutante, and that's where you get the word debut from. You got like an album debut party, right? That's the album release. So in the Hebrew culture, really, when your daughter is before your daughter's of age, really she's in prison.
Yeah. You don't show it to the world.
You don't show it to the world.
Yeah.
So that's where they get that term debutante. Goes back to debut. When your daughter's of age and she's ready to be broadcasted to a potential husband per se.
Yeah.
Now she's on like display.
They'll have a debutante ball.
A debutante ball, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But your daughter's not supposed to be seen.
Nah.
Ultimately, until she's ready to be married to the husband.
That's it. That's
Yeah, the Hebrew husband, man.
That's it.
But what does Jake do now? She turned 17. She get fucked. Yeah, because I'm really being modest.
Yeah.
If you grew up in the hood, it's really 13, 14.
Right. Yeah.
But all women just so happen to tell me they lost it at 17, so I run with them. That's what they tell me. It's the same number, bro. Yeah, when I was 17. But Jake, they go to college and get turned the fuck out.
Oh, in college, they get
Slaughtered, man.
over with, man.
Talking about reload or something?
I had that Sirach 42 in the GNT.
Can you get the record?
No, that's what I had.
Come on, man.
That's what you had.
So
You got it.
you're going to understand this framework that protected your people. But the serpent told Eve that, no, you're in captivity under this framework. You know? Go ahead.
It's Sirach 42 and 11 in the GMT.
Okay.
It says, keep a close watch over your daughter if she is determined to have her own way. If you do not, she will make a fool of you in front of your enemies.
Hey, can I add real quick? That's what Matthew, the first chapter, is about. Not wanting to make her a public example. You know, because he didn't want to embarrass Mary's father and their family for her being found with child, not willing to make her a public example. That's what this precept goes
Yeah.
back to.
You
Before
gotta
the
start
families
at 9.
came together.
Before the families came together, she was found with child.
Right.
Yep. Because you had to see, hey, that Bridgerton put you on a lot of game.
Oh yeah.
Like
It
that.
break your heart.
Yeah. It show you like,
We ain't got shit.
nah.
Jerusalem is ruined.
Yeah. We got hoes.
But that's the prophecy. Amos 7:17.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
a wife should be a harlot in the street.
That's it.
That's that great demotion.
That's it.
People don't understand Deuteronomy 28, the 15th chapter on down, that was a demotion.
Yeah.
If you broke these laws, this is a great demotion.
Yeah.
Like you said, when you go to Bridgeton, like, if you was caught by yourself with a
Just,
man,
yeah. It was
you was
over.
considered compromised.
Yep.
Cause we don't know what y'all
did.
Yeah. Y'all say any goddamn thing, right? That's where you get the term chaperone from too.
Damn.
You know, you always have a woman had to always have a chaperone because if a woman was in company with a man by herself, and that was her value went down.
Yeah.
You know, just the fact that she was alone by the man.
Possible.
Yeah.
It's a chance.
He said they call it being compromised, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Even amongst the Hindu, don't let me lie to you, I think it's Hindu culture.
Yeah.
You can't date.
Nah.
You can't go to certain parts of India and go out on a date and they see y'all together, it's like, what's going on?
Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, you got an example of that, remember?
Oh yeah.
That's about.
I ain't gonna speak on that, but dealing with the word date, you know, not to, you know, get off topic, but I was talking to my Irish coworker, it's like foreign them. He just came up to me, hey man, you know what date mean? I was like, yeah, but I want to know what he said. He said, really, it just means dick at the end. That's all it is.
Acronym.
That's the acronym for dick.
Yeah.
Dick at the end, man. Yeah.
You know, like, so your woman asking you to go on a date, you gotta tell her, well, I'm gonna get at the end.
Yeah.
You know, I just slightly
Damn.
going off topic.
Damn.
But you
Nah,
said
that's
it
on
was
topic.
dick. You know, but that's all it is. These
Yeah.
women drop dick to dick, so
Yeah.
that's
That's
all
all a
they
date
wanna do.
is.
That's all a date it is.
Yeah.
You know, a date is.
Then you understand? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. It's like it.
Like she going out to see if she gonna get some dick at the end.
It really at that free meal.
That free
That free
meal.
meal.
Yeah.
Cause you want the, you know,
Yeah.
but she trying to see what she gonna get out of you.
Out of you.
Because she knows she gonna give it up.
Right. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it gonna be tonight?
Yeah. But you find out what the Lord was protecting us from.
Yeah.
For brothers that's been on Tinder, you've been on these date sites, and you didn't dealt with women out here, and you see how they move. Like they're really monkey branching out here.
Absolutely.
They're really monkey branching. It's like this internet got the most hyper, you know. So you'll see that this royal framework is to keep that water in one bottle.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
They getting paid for it.
Yeah.
OnlyFans or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just business.
Yeah.
They would say all wickedness is but little to a
Wicked
woman.
yeah.
You know, so
Man, this
adultery
chick-
is a small thing.
This chick, you know, I work in the hotel industry, little side hustle job, whatever. But this chick had left something in her car, and she was like, yeah, I don't know why I'm at this hotel. We supposed to be around family. So I was like, why you ain't around family? She said, yeah, my friend down here, and we ain't like that. So she want to bring him around her family. She's like, yeah, he gave me $1,500 so he can come see me. I said, $1,500? God damn, and y'all ain't like that enough for you to bring him around your family?
But you know, one thing I learned just through social media, even in Harlem, man.
Yeah.
Even in Harlem. We can finish that in Survivor 42.
Yeah, just to show you how they, yeah.
Hey, it's a great demotion, man. And these cities, it's a display of the curses. No matter what city you grew up in, if you stay in the metropolitan area, you see every curse played out, man. You know? Like you brought out, what, Amos 7:17. Your wife should be a harlot in the city. Your son should fall by the sword. That's all happening in the cities. You know?
Oh, he's on that Ciroc
Yeah,
42.
Yeah, can you start at 9?
Gotta start back up at 9. Since although he would not subtitle fathers and daughters,
Yeah, fathers and daughters.
although he would not let his daughter know it, a father would lie awake at night worrying about her. If she is young, he worries that she might not get married. If she's already married, he worries about her happiness.
And that's not what he's worried about. You know, GNT messes up sometimes.
Yeah.
It's gonna continue. It's gonna
It's gonna continue and
Yeah.
If she's a virgin, he worries that she might be seduced and become pregnant while living in his house.
It's the Joseph and Mary situation.
That's Joseph and Mary situation.
If she's married, he worries that she might be unfaithful
Yep.
or that she might not be able to have children.
Right. That's what he's worried about.
Yep.
You know, because that's gonna be a shame to him.
Yep.
If he finds out that she's unfaithful, then that punishment, that's a shame to you.
Yep.
You gotta remember, Eastern culture, you can't just call this woman a bitch.
Yep.
You can't say she a hoe, because that's gonna come with scrutiny.
Yeah.
And if you prove it that she's right, then she gets put to death and you get shamed.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Because remember when the Duke slept with
Yeah.
Daphne,
Yeah.
and the brother was like, "Oh, you will marry her.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill your ass."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, you ain't gonna put our family's house to shame.
Nah.
You gonna marry her.
Yeah,
You got to."
And God said that they mess up the breed.
Yeah.
You know, once you do that, her value plummets.
Yep.
So, no, you got to deal with that now.
Mhm.
So, like, it's going into it, even, you know, with the woman not being able to bear children, you know, because it come from your stock.
Yep.
So it's like, damn, he got duds over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even if you go into the history with Pompey and Julius Caesar, because Julius Caesar married his daughter to Pompey, but then she wasn't able to have children, and that played a part in the Pompey and Julius Caesar falling out.
Yeah.
She wasn't able to have children, so
Not give him no air.
yeah, so it's like that's why the scriptures, you know, go into he made the barren woman to be a joyful mother and the keeper of the house, you know. And you look at our foremothers, you know, Rachel, she was going crazy because she couldn't have children.
Yep.
Like that was part of their purpose. Like
Yep.
a woman get mad, oh, all I do is bear children. Well, that was glorified.
Cherished.
Yeah, that was glorified,
Yeah,
especially to have men children, man.
Yep.
You know, you got.
Yeah, verse 11 says, keep a close watch over your daughter if she's determined to have her own way.
And that shows you ownership too. Why isn't this an admonition towards the mothers? Why wasn't it entitled mothers and daughters? Because your daughters belong to you and your woman belongs to you.
Yeah, right.
This is part of that demotion.
That's in Sirach, Salakia.
You got it, bro.
That's in Sirach where it say that woman is a possession.
That's right.
I'm gonna find it.
Yep.
Get a wife, get a
Get a
possession.
possession.
39.
39.
Okay.
Is it 39, 26, or 36 and 26?
Something like that.
Yeah. Something like that.
It says, if you don't, she will make a fool of you in front of your enemies. You will be a constant joke to everyone in town, a public disgrace.
36 and
36.
What you already heard. It says, make sure that her room has no windows
Yep.
or any place where she can look out to the entrance of the house.
Now today they don't call that child abuse.
Dang.
You know? But you're really protecting an asset.
Make sure her room don't got no windows.
Yeah, that's prison. That's prison. Hey, like that, I think it's a company in Mississippi called Asset Protection.
Yeah.
Like that truck passes by the counter, it say Asset Protection.
Yeah.
It's like you're protecting
Your
her asset.
Yeah.
Because if she loses her virginity, she's a liability.
Yep.
You know, now your name is tainted.
Yep.
If she's sexually promiscuous, that taints your name.
Dang.
So now you have to protect that asset.
Yeah.
Right?
Because when the parents go to sleep, their window become a door.
Yeah. Ain't that something?
Yeah, you know, brothers. You know, I've been through windows. There's something in the window, you know what I'm saying?
Jump out the window.
Yeah, so you know, second floor, you know.
And if I may add too, you know, like in the hood, you see those bars on the window.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
Sometimes you know it was used for burglary bars, but most times it's for to keep those daughters in. You know, what I'm saying? They're sneaking out the window and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And even to the day too, you hear about like how the women, you know what I'm saying, their parents will take their door down, you know what I'm saying, so they can make sure, you know what I'm saying, they in there. It's real. It's like they going to school.
Yeah.
So it's like prison for real.
Those daughters that's 14, 15,
Boy.
Eve, when Eve turned 14, 15, because we grew up around them.
Yep.
When Eve turned about that 14 range,
Yeah.
you know, but then we're perverts for bringing out the laws where you married your daughter off of her flower. because when she hits puberty, the hormones skyrocket. So now she's in heat. And it's human nature is like animal nature. So brothers that bred pit bulls, about 8 months, the vagina starts protruding. Yeah. So and you careful if you breeding for money, you careful not to let a stray hit your dog. You know, you let a stray hit your dog. Like these puppies are here.
The structure govern, like say, their nature. Because like you say, you know, going out the window, coming in the window, and all that. But like when the dog come and eat, like
it'll get out the cage.
It'll bite through the cage.
Yeah.
It'll eat through the cage and get out. Or it'll dig under
the cage.
You know what
I've
I'm saying?
seen it.
So it's like that same nature exists in people. So that's why the law gave structure to it. You know what I'm saying?
The law is beautiful. It makes sense.
Stop us from being like animals.
It regulated human nature. It governed human nature. Because one of the things you hear about in the red pill community in the manosphere is female nature. Well, the laws is the remedy for female nature. Marry your daughter off young. That's the remedy for female nature.
And not just anybody. Cause you don't. Not just anybody, because you don't want your daughter dating a fucking nigga with dreads who said dope, got nothing going for himself. That's a disgrace. You know?
And we all know what happens to niggas. So now he gonna put 2-3 babies in our daughter that he gonna get killed or incarcerated. Now what?
Now your grandchildren niggas.
Hey, like this nigga, what's that rapper from Paper Route Entertainment?
Young Dog.
His cousin.
Key Glock.
The other guy,
Jay Fizzle.
Jay Fizzle got about 26 kids.
Damn.
And he brought a couple of them on an interview. They were just little niggas.
Oh, that's his cousin too?
I thought that was his nephew. But
it's a lot.
But it's 26 more of this nigga.
That's why.
Y'all ain't gonna never stop it.
Damn.
And they call him Tyrone.
I got quick
That nigga got 26.
You don't mind?
No,
Just real quick, just to bag on what you said about marrying daughter to niggas. It says Sirach 7:24. It says, "Hast thou daughters, have care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful toward them." It says, this the point. Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed their weighty matter.
It says, "Show not thyself cheerful towards her." I mean, don't be playing with your daughter, like making her think, you know,
you best friends.
Ain't that something?
And it says, hast thou a wife after thy mind?
Hey, doing a TikTok video with the daughters.
That's what they be doing.
They got that coordinated dance. You know?
Verse 25, it says, "Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding."
Showing you that you control their wedding. So just how you run across Elon, and you can't talk to the woman behind the register, you know, because you be like, okay, she ain't married. Nah, but she's most likely betrothed. And that's something I have to learn. Trying to get away from Keisha. Then I'm trying to talk to Elon. But they still got a royal framework really that came from us. So, but really that's our system. So you in control in the ancient world, you was in control of who your daughter got with. Because you sold her. Or you gave it to her brother, you know. What was an example of that? What book in the scriptures that exemplified that? Tobit. That's right. Tobit had his son Tobias marry, what's her name? Sarah. That was an arrangement. That was an arrangement, man. All right.
That let you know one just no dang going well.
Yeah, it wasn't no dang.
You was saying about Elon, but I brought it up. Me dealing with this woman who was in that culture, she was like, nah, I gotta get married. I was like, man, I don't got time, so I just, I'm in the truth, like, nah, fuck going to Esau courses, nah, I'm straight there. But that's just the culture, like, I don't play that dating shit.
Come on, man, because it's like, I can't think of an analogy, but you testing the product, you're not even buying it. You buying the apple and putting it back on the shelf.
That's nasty.
Yeah. Yeah, but go ahead, bro.
Nah, I was just thinking that, like you said, test driving a car.
Yeah.
You know how Jake do with a rental car?
Right.
You put his foot in it, then tell, oh man, I don't want this motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Take it back.
Then when you get in the rental car out the hill,
Yeah.
the seat all the way back.
Yeah, it got a funny smell.
Got a funny smell. You know, you don't have that new car seat.
Yeah.
See, our laws protect, and now we have Keisha. These royal, our way, our customs, it protected us from the shit we see around us, man.
That's right.
You
You
know,
got the new news.
right?
Remember on
ATL?
ATL?
Yeah.
Remember when the daddy pulled up, he wasn't playing. You get your ass to the house right now.
Yeah.
And then when she got home, you go up to your room and you don't come out. He was just, hey, don't come down. I don't want to see you.
They demonized it. They made him a villain.
They made him a villain. Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
it made it seem like he wasn't real,
But
because
he
he wasn't trying to, represent, because he came from the ghetto. But he
Yeah.
wasn't trying to represent that. Like, no, nigga, why would I openly advertise that, nigga? That's why I did what I did to get
Get out of
there.
that shit. Yeah.
So and that's another thing too with nigga culture. Nigga culture act like you owe them degeneracy. Like nigga, you still gotta be a degenerate no matter what you.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Fuck y'all niggas.
Take the
Like,
nigga
y'all
out the
niggas
hood.
right.
You can't take the hood out the nigga.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Elon, right? I didn't mean to keep jumping ship,
Yep.
but going back to Tobit, Sarah was staying at Ecbatane. You look up Ecbatane, that's Iran. Elon. So I was just thinking about, hey, Elon's, they got that culture.
They still got their culture.
They still got that culture, man.
Yeah. Unless they all been over here for so long, now they,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a Gen Zer
Yeah.
might be tainted.
Yeah.
But like the baby boomers and stuff,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yep. But even if she in the clubs and she doing the Western culture type of going, from place to place and hitting the clubs and bars and shit, when it come time for her to be with somebody, she gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She gotta follow that order. Yep. Cause the family gotta honor that marriage. Yep.
That's right.
I got that priest over told if anybody had him.
He had a little bit more on that Ciroc 42.
I get that.
This is verse 12. It says, "Do not let her show off her beauty in front of men."
And that's a disclaimer. We're not telling brothers to do that with their daughter today. Lock in the room, put bars in the room.
And Jake putting them bolts in now.
Jacob, and then what Jacob gonna do is African American, Black Hebrews are like,
Oh boy.
it'd be your worst mugshot picture.
Man.
Yeah,
You just had Elder Benatazakba just do a video, something like that, where old girl was called herself giving a testimony talking about her daddy was a Hebrew Israelite and wouldn't let her do this, made her, they had to watch VeggieTales and they couldn't, like he had a, instruction, yeah.
But you know what? That's how you know Eve is the devil.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a surviving an Israelite testimony.
Yes.
Right.
But there's never a surviving a YN.
Yeah.
It was never surviving street niggas.
Yeah.
It's never my life is a girlfriend to a stud.
Mm-hmm.
You never see those videos.
Nope.
You never, the survivor the jail nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You never see that shit. But when it comes to structure,
Right.
something that's coming from the scripture,
Come on.
my testimony with a black Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah.
Like,
Me surviving the Satanist. Remember old girl from Jackson that was with the dude?
oh yeah, the
worked with the
bisexual
meat
Satanist.
The bisexual Satanist.
She had no problem with that guy. He offed her.
Wow.
But when Eve see us and she see that manliness, it irks her. Cause like it can't be two men around here.
Yeah.
You know?
It says, "Do not let her show her beauty in front of men, or spend her."
Yeah. You beta males, man. You got your daughters on social media naked.
Yeah.
Or like you might not have access to your daughter that control the mother got her on social media and she like 11, 8.
Oh, what's that shit called down in Mississippi? Dancing.
Dancing
Dancing dogs. Hey, where you got these little girls? Hey, like this, man?
Yeah.
future scripters, man.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's
What's that little
crazy.
chick on TikTok, Miss Shirley, the little 5-year-old?
Yeah.
Boots on the ground. She's 5 and she's doing, provocative dances, man.
And then you want to live in this delusional world and make the world how you want it to be. No, the world is going to react based on what you put out.
That's it.
So there are certain niggas that's demented that's going to look at a 5-year-old or 8-year-old, man. You know? It's sick, but guess what? They exist. So why would you turn around and put your daughters out like that?
Yeah.
You know?
And then like you said, then it's never surviving Esau.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like, you don't have to survive this nigga.
Right.
You know, the pedophile himself.
Come on, bro.
You know?
The king of pedophiles.
Yeah, the nigga that's off all type of nigga women and kidnappers. Like all these nigga women that going missing, who you think is scooping these nigga women up? You know, the goddamn Edomite, man. You know, so here it is, this man has a XEX trafficking global ring, but you don't have to survive this nigga.
Right. Right. Come on, man.
But because you fast once a year, you had to survive me.
Right.
You know,
Because it's two things too, bro. Because she don't have a problem submitting on the workforce.
yeah.
But it's just something about how Esau programmed this woman to where if I have to be under a so-called black man, that's a no-go.
It's worse than death.
It's worse than death, man. Submit to a Jake.
Yeah.
Now we gotta do the testimonial videos. He made me button up my shirt all the way to the top button, you know. But now she's free eating lobster on a testimony video with her cleavage out, man. You know.
Dang.
How it tastes, baby.
That's right.
Come on, man.
It says, or spend her time talking with the women.
Hey, because you know in the KJV it say sitting out in the midst of women, but in this one it says no, your daughter sitting in the midst of women. You know, read that again.
It says, do not let her show off her beauty in front of men or spend her time talking with the women.
Yeah.
It says, women hurt other women.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then be jealous of her.
Girl, you ain't gotta deal with that, girl.
Yeah. Women give each other the worst advice.
Yeah.
You know, I say single women keep women single.
Man.
Misery, love, company.
Yeah.
Hey, can you read that again?
No, you're right, bro.
It says, do not let her show off her beauty in front of men or spend her time talking with the women. Women hurt other women just as moth damage clothing.
Because women tell their daughters to play the field.
Yeah.
That's hurting a woman.
Damn.
Because and best believe Eve feels that she could be a hoe till she ready to settle down.
Yeah.
When Eve 18, 19, and she thought it out in her 20s, she genuinely believes it's some perfect fairy tale nigga at the end of that whoredom. She genuinely believes that, man.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah. But who put that in her, man?
Yeah.
You know? It was her father.
Right.
Damn. Hurt people, hurt people.
Her people hurt
Hurt
people.
people, hurt people.
Hurt doing hurt.
It says a man's wickedness is better than a woman's goodness.
God
Damn.
Read that again. Talk this shot. Hey man, what is that in?
That's GNT.
GNT.
So out 42.
Yeah.
We're trying to hit.
Reading time moving.
It says a man's wickedness is better than a woman's goodness. Women bring shame and disgrace.
There you go. There you go.
But now, because I got these images of color purple in my mind.
Oh yeah.
You know, I got these images like they programmed it. Like Jake being the head of the household was demonized. And but it's like you have to understand that there's a framework that protect your nation from female nature. Because you basically keep your daughter in straightly, not having around other women ain't no good. Is you really protecting your nation from his own nature.
Right.
Because what do you have to do with your son? You got to make him a servant. Because if your son don't have duties, you got this estate. You put him to work.
Yeah.
If you don't put your son to work, what happens? He becomes a nigga.
Yeah.
A child left to himself will basically become a nigga.
That's it.
Yeah.
So basically, you protecting your nation against his nature. You know, until they become of age and you produce their outcome. Now, when he's in servitude and he becomes a man of maturity, now you're taking pride in your son because he was under that yoke for so long until he got that discipline. Now it's like, okay, look at that product. You know, because it also tells you not to be friendly with your son like that.
Yep.
All right. Was there it on that? Okay, no, was it? Oh, brother was
Oh,
on
yeah.
it.
Y'all said
Y'all
Yeah, real quick on that Tobit, because we spoke about it. This is Tobit 8:5. It said, then began Tobias to say, blessed art thou, and this is him praying before him and Sarah consummated the marriage. It said, then began Tobias to say, blessed art thou, O power our Father, and blessed is thy holy and glorious name forever. Let the heavens bless thee and all thy creatures. Thou madest Adam, and gavest him Eve his wife for an helper in state. On them came, it says, of them came mankind. Thou hast said it is not good that man should be alone. Let us make him a aid like unto himself.
And what's wrong with that?
the woman.
But you say the word submit or help me, or it's like garlic to Eve.
Yeah,
But she becomes that for Esau.
yeah.
You know?
I was making a delivery one time, and the host or the receptionist was an older woman, and she was telling me about this show they was having, and I was like, yeah, I'll probably bring my woman. She said, don't call her that. Don't call my woman my woman. What?
No, I know exactly what you. Was she an Eve receptionist?
She's an older Eve
Yeah.
Judite receptionist.
You don't show ownership.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't call her your woman.
Yep. But her boss would say my employee. Your woman's boss can refer to her as
Yeah, you my employee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Eve not gonna check him for that.
Right, and that's the same thing.
Yeah. But you know, in our homeland Jerusalem, there was no corporations.
Yeah,
Your estate was the corporation.
yeah,
Like we was going into on our way here.
yeah,
Israelite men had a estate,
yeah.
and you inherited that property from your dad, your father, and then you bought a wife or you got a wife that was gonna help in your estate.
Yeah,
Like the movie Color Purple.
that's it. That's it.
She was help running in his estate,
Yeah.
feeding the chickens,
Yeah,
putting the kids in order, feeding the children.
yeah.
That was the employee. That was his woman.
That's where you took on the name because you took on that estate.
Yep.
Because that name was attached to a estate.
Yep.
Well, it's the same thing with, like you say, if she work at Walmart, what name on their vest?
Yeah,
They go back to Sam Walton.
that's
Right.
it.
So you done took on Sam Walton's name
Yeah.
and his corporation.
Yep.
You know,
You're part of his estate.
that indoor cotton field.
An indoor conflict, straight up.
Yeah, now you working with Quick Work.
Right.
And you want to listen to Jake, but now you on the line next to Quick Work. This
Yeah.
nigga, man.
Yep. Working weird ass hours.
Yeah, yeah.
This outside of your circadian rhythm. You messing with niggas on the job, but niggas,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're around females you can't stand. You know.
It said in verse 7, it says, and now, O Lord, I take not this my sister for lust, but for uprightly, therefore mercifully ordained that we may become aged together.
Yeah. So it wasn't like, oh, he was like, man, she thick, bro.
Right.
You know, in the end, like he just lust. No, that was for the intact, to keep their nation intact, man. Because that was from, I think Toby was from the tribe of Naphtali.
You know,
So let's think, hey, the tribe of Naphtali being in Iran. Can you imagine that? The tribe of Naphtali, the northern kingdom being, because we think of Jake Scatter, we think of Judah.
Yeah.
Now just imagine the northern kingdom in Iran, man.
Yep. Yep.
and
Because
then
all the tribes were scattered.
All the tribes are scattered.
And then they're going back to how we say inheritance because Sarah's father didn't have any sons.
Right.
You know, so she had to marry someone from Naphtali to keep that inheritance.
Yep.
You know, within that tribe.
And everybody knows how that works with us. Because you have a cluster of hotels owned by Elamites, but they got Jake working for them. But who's going to inherit those hotels? Other Elamites. And you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And they grooming them. You got the nail salon, right? Moab doing the nails but she got her daughter doing it too. So by the time the daughter comes of age, she's going to replace them. The son on the register taking everything, and everybody understands that. But the Israelites, because part of the curses is that we're not going to own anything, but as a nation.
Right.
What does it say in Deuteronomy 28? The stranger that is within thee will get above thee very high. Don't you understand that when the heathen was amongst our people, like we taxed them.
Yeah.
If the heathen wanted to do business amongst our people, we taxed them. We was the lending tree to them. So part of the curses was now they're the lending tree. They're the banking system. You see? that taxes us, man.
I had this in Sirach.
You got it, bro.
This is Sirach 36:24. It says, "He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillow of rest."
Yep. But they ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah.
You know, that scripture right there goes one ear right after the other. You know?
And this going back to the point that was made, and she don't want to be the possession of Jacob.
Oh,
She
yeah.
don't mind being in possession for the streets.
The heathens.
Yeah, she don't mind
Yes,
being
sir.
in possession for a corporate world because you're born with a social security number. You gotta go get an ID, okay? You gotta go get a birth certificate. So you're a possession. But see, you don't mind being in possession to this system because it liberates you from your duty to your nation. You know, and that's why the Lord is going to eradicate so many Israelite women in America because they are enemies to the nation, man.
They're enemies to the nation,
Yeah,
bro.
they enemies to the nation. Like, this is a major offense that what Eve is doing. This is heavy treason what Eve is doing.
Abortion clinics.
Yeah.
Or even just all in the college world.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't going to college to bring back a skill to your so-called community. You go to college and get a skill or a little trade so you can go take a girls trip.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't need, instead of having a husband, you just got niggas.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know?
Hey, but that's a part of the curse, which I got it right here. You got some more?
I can read 25 too. It
Okay.
says, verse 25 says, "Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled."
And you was the hedge. that bedroom with no windows, that was the hedge.
That was the hedge.
She being covered from head to toe, you can't see her physique, that was the hedge.
Yep.
All right, she being reserved to marriage the Hebrew way,
That's it.
that was the hedge. Nobody know how your daughter fucking look.
Yeah.
That's the hedge. But Esau stripped that under the guise of feminism and freedom in the 1960s sexual revolution. Don't you know that the marriage rate, the divorce rate skyrocketed
Yeah.
after the sexual revolution? Women got liberated to have sex before they got a husband.
Yeah.
When they got liberated to be dykes and shit, that's when the divorce rate skyrocketed. Well, women had the grace period to go monkey branch before they settled down.
They got the passage to get abroad.
You know what happened? They got married and it wasn't satisfied.
Yep.
Yeah.
Works every time.
Yep.
The marriage rate is the highest when a woman marries as a virgin. Esau will tell you that. You know?
The law undefeated.
The law undefeated.
Yep.
Hey, let's go. But I can say this one more thing. It's a lot, bro.
Really good, bro.
Oh, what was I saying? The scripture said a woman is bound to her husband unless what? Lord, he lives.
As long as he alive.
So
she's bound to him.
that means she got the capacity to deal with two men potentially, not simultaneously. Now, what's the number of men a woman can sleep with before she loses her ability to pair bond?
Two.
Two.
Wow.
So I would just put it together.
Wow.
A woman can only pair bond with two men before she loses her ability to pair bond.
Man.
But the law tells you she's bound to her husband unless he died, which gives her the potential like a spare tire,
Right.
a spare bond, a spare pair bond capacity.
Yeah.
Bond with one more man.
In case of emergency.
In case of emergency.
Yeah.
In case her husband don't make it back home.
Yeah.
But it's not logical to put two spare tires on one car.
It ain't logical to put two spare tires
Because
on
that
one
shit
car.
ain't gonna balance
Yeah.
out.
That's mind blowing right there, man.
That's crazy.
Natural intelligence.
Yeah.
Man.
Natural
You get
intelligence.
to the point where you gotta put a new spare tire, two spare tires on a car. That shit ain't.
It's no good.
It ain't
We
no
dealing with
You ain't
women
get
now.
Yeah.
All ties on spare.
Yeah.
But no,
Sure.
and but Salah, though, we
You
gonna
got
get the
four
scripture though
spares.
too.
Everything is a spare on top of the spare.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yep.
And that's what let me Salah. You got it, bro.
Alright, this is I'm gonna read it over. Sirach 36:25, "Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and he that have no wife will wander up and down mourning."
Hey, like the scripture says, it is not good for man to be alone. Jake don't have a woman. You got them needs.
Yep.
Jake, horny. You know what I mean? Because you was born to reproduce.
That's it.
You know.
Be fruitful.
And we surrounded by all these women, but Jacob still had them needs, man. One of the curses.
And then going back to their head, because even like the woman, the trip about being a possession, but we possessions of Yahushua. Yahushua possesses us.
That's it.
You know, we're his possession. You see, and we see how it is to live without that hedge. You know, you look at what Jake, you know, is into, the lifestyle that Jake is into, you know, that's because Jake is moving with no hedge. Jake doesn't have Yahweh Shema Shai as a head. You see, we need a head as Israelite men.
Yep.
That's why we have Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai leads the Heavenly Father. Because even when you go into Adam, and you go to King Solomon, he stepped out of the hedge. You know, and that's where you get the fall. That's what he stepped outside the hedge when he listened to Eve and that bullshit.
Yep.
And then as King Solomon, he listened to the concubine. All right, and they took the hedge away from Drake. That's what happened. Then you get all these captivities after that. Because wasn't no hedge around Israel after that fall, man.
I got a quick scripture for you.
Yeah, bro.
2 Corinthians 11, 2 and 3.
Yep.
For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach.
And these are multiple men espoused to one man. That's joined to one man, that's under the order of one man. So the wife, all right, and those men, all right, they're supposed to be women under those men order. And that's the rank that is coming back to the earth.
Yeah.
You know?
Just as Yahweh Shai has many wives, men symbolic as wives, a man can have multiple wives. Just
under
the same,
order.
under his order.
And it's all for the sake of righteousness and nation building. But like you said, what's the nigga name? The 26 children?
Jay Fizzle.
Jay Fizzle. He did that one woman? No. And is there an uproar?
No.
Okay. But you know, but if you work at car care clinic and you text another woman, it's a goddamn crisis in the family. You know, how could you do that?
Right.
You weren't raised like, you know what I'm saying? You got to deal with auntie come over, auntie doing, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody tripping.
Yeah.
But a degenerate, you know, this nigga can have many to an NBA young boy, 10, 11 children. You know what I'm saying? Like these niggas can do this with no order, but we talking about an order and righteousness, man. Because guess what? Them 26 children, we was here to be here. They would be 26 terrorists, man.
Little urban terrorists.
Yeah.
YNs. That's all a YN is, an urban terrorist.
Yep.
Was that a precept?
Yeah, this is Genesis 3 and 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
Yeah, and that's like repellent to the nigga woman. But that's the order.
That's the order.
That's the order. You're supposed to rule over your woman. But the king of Babylon has liberated our women, and it was a play to make them service for him.
Yep.
And women don't understand that. That was a whole play to make them his helpmeets. Because you never stop being a helpmeet. You just went from being a domestic helpmeet to a corporate helpmeet. And now you're being taxed. You got the Nissan Altima car note, with their high interest rate, you got their insurance, you got their rent, you got their student loan. All right, you're what do you call it? Basically a consumer addict. All right, so Esau got you exactly where you what he wants you to be.
And now your sons are in the prison system, in the military, in the streets, on drugs.
Lil Nas exited.
NBA young boys.
Because really the only thing nigga culture producing is thoughts, serial killers and alphabet. That's the only thing that's being produced amongst our people. That's why the Lord just gonna nuke this bitch.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You know?
You need to start over. Niggas getting pegged.
Because once a house get too roach infested, you gotta put that fire in that mother.
Mix them up destruction.
Shit. You can't be in there when that fog goes out.
Right. You get out of there. Y'all got something else?
Yeah, I had one. If nobody don't got nothing.
You got it, bro.
I was shy. He said, "What you got?"
Deuteronomy 22.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, this is Deuteronomy 22, and I started at 22. It says, if a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, then both of them die. Both a man that lie with a woman and the woman, so thou shalt put away evil from Israel. it's also going back to like that adultery spirit, you know what I'm saying? People, you know what I'm saying, thinking it's okay, you know what I'm saying, to lie with another man's woman. You know what I'm saying? It tells you that is like killing, you know what I'm saying, that man when you take his possessions. Going back to like the analogy you made, biting an apple and putting it back. You know what I'm saying? You ruin that product. You know what I'm saying? And you causing a disgrace on you and your father too, man.
Well, you stole something.
Yeah, you stole something. Yeah.
Yeah, you stole something.
Mm-hmm.
And in the law, stealing itself was not punishable unto death, but if you stole a person, like kidnapping. So that's the part of stealing that caused you to be put to death.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I stole your shoes, you know, I just pay you back for those shoes. I think it was sevenfold.
Yeah.
But if you stole, like kidnap, you know,
that's
stole a
death.
person, that's worthy of death.
Yeah.
Yep. So you just stole a possession.
That's why men are territorial.
Yep.
Because his woman is his territory.
Yep.
Right. And then when a man sleep with your wife, it's like somebody invaded your territory.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And it mess up your legacy.
Yep.
Because see, it's been so normalized in this culture, you know, that your woman, you know, she committed adultery on the way back from work, you know, and come home like nothing happened.
Yep.
But in the ancient world, once you do that, man, it throws so much out, it causes so much confusion, you know, because you couldn't just commit adultery and come home and play wife. Like, nah, you been polluted by another man.
Yeah.
But then you gotta understand, most likely this someone else's husband and this somebody's wife. So now, you done confused, okay, the next generation. Cause how you gonna explain it to your children that your mother is having sex with another man? I mean, that your wife is their mother having sex with another man. How much confusion do that cause?
Mm-hmm.
And this woman has a duty in this man's estates.
Mm-hmm. So
So you just, like you said, you done stole away a piece of his property,
yep.
and you done messed up his system that he had set
Yeah,
up. Like,
yeah.
this man has a system,
Yep.
and you done threw that off just to have, you know, just to bust a nut. So
Yeah,
it's like, goddamn.
It's greed.
But-
Greed.
I'm sorry, go ahead, finish your
No,
point.
you got.
But that's why we have public persecution.
Yep.
That was beautiful, man.
Yep.
It's a public example.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing a nigga get stoned,
Mhm.
seeing a woman get stoned.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because hey, that's another reason why adultery is the culture. Nobody dies from it.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking gets beheaded. Nobody gets stoned. Nobody gets set on fire. That's why a sodomite be wide open. He wide because nobody will burn him alive. And we're not doing it. But in our culture, we had a filtering system. Those punishments of death was you was weeding out your garden. You was taking the weeds out the garden of Israel, man.
That's right. You say that certain things was done public so that all may fear.
Yeah.
It's the scriptures that say rebuke openly
Yep.
so that all may fear.
That's right.
And then they like it's a scripture talking about the children, that rebellious children, you put them to death. Yeah, and it was done publicly.
Yeah.
You know, like they got that saying, it's a village to raise a child.
That's right.
But that's how Israel was. Like,
That's right.
you know, as our culture, we all was responsible for looking out for each other. You know, and looking out for each other's possessions. Like, hey, man, I saw your daughter, you know, sneaking out the house.
Mhm.
You know, she was, you know, might want to watch your back door. You know, I seen her in town. You know, if I seen that, I come to you and tell you. You know,
But now we don't even talk to our neighbors.
nope.
Right.
You stand in an apartment, this dude been standing up there 4 years.
You don't even speak
You
to
don't
him.
even speak to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, this like show you how far we've gone.
Yeah. Or they'll call you a snitch.
Yep.
If you see something,
Yeah.
you tell, nigga, a snitch, he's snitching.
Wait,
It's a
man.
culture against that now. That's part of the
Yeah.
black culture, or no snitching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that shit done got niggas, man.
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
You had made a beautiful point about that. Nigga coming through your neighborhood, terrorizing your neighborhood, and you know what I'm saying, just got everybody on dope. And,
Yeah.
and you the bad guy because you.
Man, free nigga got niggas wearing free him, free meat t-shirts.
Don't free this nigga.
Yeah,
For what?
free him.
For what? I said, it'll require corn. I said, matter of fact, double that nigga time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Precept.
You got it, bro.
Cause just going back into the point you was making, that public example that we used to do in those times, and like it was said in Deuteronomy, you know what I'm saying, to bring them to their gates. But this is Deuteronomy 17. I start at verse 5. Because it says, then shalt thou bring forth that man or that woman which have committed that wicked thing. And the wicked thing we're talking about right now is adultery. And it says, unto thy gates, even that man or that woman, and shalt stone them with stones till they die. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3. And that's the point. See, before we did capital murders, it had to be witnesses.
Yeah, and just to make a correction, there's a difference between murder and killing.
Yeah.
You know, murder is like an unjust killing.
That's it.
That, but I know what you mean. You mean capital punishment.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you good.
Yep. So it says, at the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3, shall he that is worthy of death be put to death.
Yep.
But at the mouth of 1 witness, he shall not be put to death.
Right.
So just going back into that point, like, you know what I'm saying, it had to be witnesses, you know what I'm saying, during that time. That's why, kind of going back to that point that you made about the movie, having chaperones around your daughters and stuff like that, having witnesses, because you want to make sure that everything is in order.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything is protected. You know what I'm saying?
And one thing about a man, they know when they woman fucking out.
Yep.
And that goes back to the scriptures, the spirit of jealousy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I just want to say that.
And then you gotta do what the Bible said. It said, hit him with stones till they die.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna get hit with rocks till you die.
Come on.
You know, you gotta understand the agony behind it.
Yeah. Because they can take a long time to get that one stone, they hit you,
They
put your lights out.
Yeah.
But them gotta be headshots, really.
You breaking bones, you know, you
Yeah.
getting hit. Cause they was showing they MLB pitching the high school player. And they showed behind the catcher. The motherfucking ball coming out so fast, when that bitch leave his hand, it's like it was hitting him back.
It's already there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so imagine Jake and they prime back in 100 BC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Testosterone.
Yeah. You know, Jake was throwing curveballs, going around other stones.
Right.
So I want my stone to get there first. You know what I'm saying? But you just imagine the agony behind that death, man. Like the Lord wasn't playing. You know?
That's why I make a quick point too, like when the Lord was saying who was worthy to cast their first stone. You know what I'm saying? Like
Let he without sin cast the first stone.
yeah, they was already, and they knew they was, you know what I'm saying, bullshit, trying to lie anyway. So they, you know, you gotta be in there in a different spirit to be ready to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? For real. it's you know what I'm saying, to put somebody to death. You know what I'm saying? Say like, hey, this person is worthy. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's true. We agree. You know what I'm saying? Now we take this stone. You know what I'm saying?
Well, scripture say, happy shall he be that taketh thy little ones and dash them against the stone.
Well,
The enemy.
it's the spirit of justice.
Mhm.
This is Yahweh Bahashim Al-Shai's brand.
That's it. That's
This
it.
is nation.
That's it.
So you're in a position as a judge, as a leader, to keep that brand
Yeah.
holy,
Yeah.
protect that name.
Yeah.
You protecting his name, and a judge is outcome oriented.
That's it.
So we know the results of putting these motherfuckers to death in public, man.
You can't be ashamed of that judgment.
That's right.
That judgment is necessary, you know, for the righteousness of Israel as a whole.
That's right.
Yep.
Make me think about Psalms. Who will stand up for me against the evil doers or the workers of iniquity?
Yep.
That's it. I'll do.
I got this last, if nobody don't got anything.
I got one.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 16. You know, because this basically keep us, you know, perpetually in curses. As for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection.
Where you at?
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 16.
Start up a verse.
All right. This is verse 15. For glorious is the fruit of good labors, and the root of wisdom shall never fall away. As for the children of adulterers,
No, he mean like start up like
That was cool.
Okay,
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
Verse 16 again. As for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection, and the seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out.
That's why you see so many of these YNs, man, getting put to death like they do. A lot of them will come out of a defiled bedroom, man.
Yeah.
The woman, then she didn't mess around with another Jake that he might know he had more money, whatever.
Back in 2003.
Yeah. So those kids come out, Jake thinking it's his kid the whole time, it ain't yours, and something end up happening. He's like, damn. The Lord took him out.
Most out weeded his ass out.
Weeded him out, man.
Yeah.
It's like I don't even got a bond with this child for some reason, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not my child.
It ain't yours, man. It's fucked up.
Verse 17, for though they live long, the children of adulterous beds, yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last age shall be without honor. Or if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation.
Yep. And that's what Yahweh Shai, he called it an adulterous generation. Adultery is an unrighteous thing. As you read, you started at verse, what was that, 15? The fruit of good labors is glorious. So the glory that we get is from committing to the righteousness of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. So then I want to get Mark 8 and 38.
This is Mark 8 and verse 38. It says, whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me.
And that's what this generation is. It's ashamed of the righteousness, the order that Yahweh and Yahweh Shai requires of us.
They're going to call on the universe, spirit.
That bitch,
Monique. Yeah.
Yep.
Even Jake and Israel.
he got too many standards.
Yep.
Even Jake and Israel ashamed of righteousness, man.
Yep.
That's why they try to give it a worldly remix. Okay, there's certain things that the apostles bring out, especially dealing with the protocol for grape. Jake shy away from it because of the reaction you get in Western culture.
Yep.
But then my thing with the whole grape thing, is that Jake had like the black community was just this wholesome community, like.
Yep.
The women ain't being preyed upon in the ghetto,
Yep.
especially in the hood, like you say.
Yep.
Like the women ain't a prey when they get 13, 14.
And the women know that.
Yeah.
Those Israelite leaders that demonize us, those women in the congregation know that was 12, 13 and the 21-year-olds messing with them.
Yep.
She was 14, 15 and the 20-some-year-old, 26.
Picking her up at lunchtime, skipping school.
Yeah.
I remember that, bro.
Yeah.
Growing up in school, man, niggas was driving. Coming to get out, 8th, 9th grade, man. We come back, they hair messed up, tank top, but they was already like 14, 15, like you say, in heat, already filled out, man. Them niggas wasn't waiting.
Nah. You know what they say? Oh, she ready.
She ready.
But when we bring it out in the scriptures, it's like, we the perverts.
Yeah.
Eve know what's up.
Yeah.
Eve know what's up, man.
And from my head, I think the Fat Joe and Ja Rule little thing had went on, and some lyrics of an old Fat Joe son came out. He was saying man, you was 16, trying to wait till you ready to mature. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You say things about us, but you know what I'm saying? Look at the niggas y'all idolize,
Right.
like that, man.
Right, come on.
That's all.
That's a good point.
Back in Mark 8 and 38, it says, whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation.
Yahweh Shai said, you love me, keep my commandments. So the way that you show you're not ashamed of him is by committing to those good labors, the fruit of good labors. Go ahead.
It says, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in glory of his Father, in the glory of his Father.
And that's why we're going to be found blameless, because we committing to those good works. We rehearsing the righteous acts. And not only that, we're professing, we're proclaiming openly what the righteous works are. And when you reject it, you scoff at it, you're being judged, because you're going to be held accountable for your words. It said by A man's word shall he be justified, and by a man's word shall he be condemned. You know?
And we don't shy away from nothing in the scripture.
Yep.
You know, our apostles and elders, you know, these men take on every topic head on. All right, and they deal with what the Bible say. You know, they don't try to, you know, dress it up and make it cute for westernization. No,
Politically correct.
yeah. We're Hebrew Israelites in captivity, man, and the Lord is allowing us to begin to live our culture, okay? Because this was next. You see, people, the public opinion don't determine how we move.
Right.
We move according to the scriptures, man. So if the world is offended, they're offended at Yahweh Shema
Yeah.
because we're a reflection of our power, you know, through his son Yahweh, man.
That's what he said. Blessed is he that's not offended in me.
Yeah. So when you shy away from any point of the Bible, all right, a woman shutting the hell up, Jake got a problem with that.
Yep.
Okay, a woman being in a particular order. Okay, Jake got a problem with that. Well, you're ashamed, okay, of the conduct that's promoted in the scriptures, man. You're ashamed of Yahweh Shema Shai and his way of doing things in this wicked and adulterous generation.
Yep.
Because here it is, these people adhere to all type of wickedness. This is nothing but pagan culture. Everything that they do is tied back to some idol when you go into it. So here it is, this is a wicked and adulterous, mainly a spiritual adultery, but it spills over into actual adulterous generation.
Yep.
But you're ashamed of what they think, and they wicked as hell, but then you trim the ways of righteousness to try to soothe and pacify this wicked and adulterous generation.
Yep. That's what you got Israelite leaders in these different groups doing. Yeah.
Passover at the script club.
Yeah.
I'm a crip.
Half hood,
Yeah.
half holy.
Real nigga university. You know what I'm saying? All this shit is to try to put a nigga cloak. Okay.
On the truth.
Yeah, on the truth, man. Just so you don't have to deal with the what they call the
Persecution.
The persecution.
Yep.
You know, of the scriptures, man. You got it, bro.
Yep. That's all I have.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish it out. Yeah, it says, when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels.
Yep. Yahweh coming soon, man.
That's right.
You know, everybody gonna have to give an account, like the scriptures say, for the things that they've done, whether it be good, whether it be bad. You know, we all gotta answer for our actions. This is the society we live in. Nobody wants to be held accountable for their actions, man.
That's right.
Yep.
So we close it up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, with that, we hope you were edified. Once again, we want to give our honor and glory to.
I
also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba, 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 Shalom, Shalom, Shalom.